Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you.
Welcome the Detroit Jay.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay, shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hello, Michael.
How are you, my friend?
Very well.
Yeah, did you have a good weekend?
It's a great weekend. How about you?
I did. It was hot as hell, man. I struggle when it's that hot out, when it's just so thick.
You got to give in to the summer, gentlemen.
I know.
You just got to accept it.
This is my first summer with glasses, and so I've never dealt with walking outside and having to just go poof, and you can't see a damn thing.
I guess I didn't realize you were wearing those 24/7.
Well, I'm not, but I wear them enough
Yeah.
that you know, I'm outside and it's like, oh, I've never experienced that fog like that immediately lights up your glasses.
It's something.
It sucks, man. Yeah, it's tough. But yeah, I walked outside for 2 minutes and I'm still like dealing with it. I'm still just like, oh, this is killing me.
No, it did suck. It was terrible.
It's hot. Well, I don't know how you did it. You spent
It was god awful, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
It
you
was
were
like
in the
worst
forest. Happy forest, by the way.
Happy forest. The worst conditions to go camping in, probably.
Yeah,
but-
he was over in Rothbury, Michigan.
Well, especially because like you're just in a field, and when how they do
packed in with people.
Well, that's the thing. How the electric forest does it. It's not like you're camping. It's really you're just tailgating, and so your spots are so small, and you don't have the room even to bring like big tarps if you wanted to. I mean, I have a canopy, but if you weren't sitting right underneath that canopy and the sun wasn't on you, you walked out to get the freaking car and back, you'd be sweating.
The sun was beating down on your baseball hat.
Right.
Wow, man.
Right.
That's a tough one to be out there for that weekend.
I would say, like, for people, like, I felt bad for the guy I went with, who's actually a listener, by the way, but he went with me, and
he's not part of the turtle family, though, right?
No.
Care to give a name?
Christian.
Okay.
And
Just wanted some context.
Yeah.
Sure.
So he went with me, and I felt bad because I told him, I'm like, man, dude, even if it was 10 degrees colder or lighter here, we'd walk in the day. In the day, you'd walk around the forest, and you had see sats and shit like that, and
you add a couple beers to the mix.
Oh,
you just
my
get
God.
dehydrated as fuck.
dude, on Friday,
I'm serious. I'm not even kidding. I don't mean to cut you off.
Fine.
But I would have been there a half hour and just gone like, I'm out. I can't do this. I would have
Back
gotten
to
my
the forest
car
next year.
Yeah, we'll try again next year, but I'm out.
Yeah,
And I
weather
would've
permitting,
left.
I'll be back.
Yeah, weather permitting.
this is what happened. Like on Friday,
I'm just that
for
big of a
example,
pussy.
me and him were just like we want to go in. You want to go in and see shit and see music and look around. And on Friday, we walked in at 5 p.m. and it was like, nope, that was too early. So Saturday, we didn't even walk in until 7:30, and it's not because we didn't want to go in. It was because it's so fucking hot.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
Jay's right. Like I wasn't drinking on Saturday, but even if you're not, dude, I was going through fucking gallons of water, and I'm just pouring it.
Yeah, there are probably some people that are hurting pretty bad, huh?
Oh yeah, dude.
If
And
you
then-
didn't prepare properly,
Yeah.
you always see those people, and it's like they didn't bring enough water. I imagine they would have those.
Or
Like,
they're just not
They have
thinking it
luckily-
through. They're just going for it like they normally do.
Yeah.
And then it
Right,
hits you.
right. Luckily, at these festivals, I think it's because they know the drug use is going on too. But they have free water stations, and they have a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily, like you either have a Camel pack or you can get a bottle of water and then just
Dromedary pack, but
keep
yeah.
refilling it over and over again. So for
do
free.
they have those
so you don't have-
sprayers things? Those
No
misters?
No, they don't. But
Ugh.
But like I said, for free. So you can walk up at any time, and there's enough of them that the lines aren't usually too bad. So
Yeah.
you can go
So-
through water pretty good.
So did you meet any ladies? Did you?
there-
Were you able to
I
close
would say-
anything?
Do you have a body high?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I will tell you this, by the way, guys. I don't care what I'm doing next year. Like, I'm assuming I'm doing this with you guys next year. I am not missing Sunday again. The idea that I'm here right now, and
He's
there's
pissed. He's
fucking-
mad at us.
You're
Okay.
missing Marshmallow, aren't you?
No, I saw Marshmallow on Saturday, and he was
good for you.
awesome, actually.
Who is it? Diplo you're missing tonight?
Oh, Base Nectar is the big one, I guess. But
sure.
but it's more that if you can't do Sunday, for me, how I am, I have to go harder. It's like if I know I have to come home Sunday, I just can't go as hard Saturday because I know I'm going to want to wake up early. I know I'm. Well, no,
He's
you're
thinking like an adult. Look
Yeah,
at this.
he's planning
Consequences,
ahead.
right?
Yeah.
Pros and cons.
So
just
how?
weighing things.
What is
So
it when
the
you
thing
say
is-
go hard? Like how much did you pull it down? Pull it back?
I didn't even. I didn't drink anything on Saturday because. That's not true. I had a few beers at lunch ish, so I think I stopped drinking at 4, and I drove home at 3 in the morning. So I went.
Okay.
Well, here was my thought process. So again, here's my thing. it's I'm either gonna wake up at 7 in the morning,
Yeah.
get home at noon or something, and then get a few hours and then do this show at night.
Honestly, I thought Jesus was going to limp in here like straight
So did I.
from there.
Oh, for sure. I didn't even think he'd go home. I thought he'd show
Yeah.
up here at 4 o'clock or
Thought
something
his
and pass
tearaway
out.
pants would be half off
Yeah.
and just be sweaty and greasy.
Well, I
the
Or
just
he'd
made
have
room would-
paint all over him
Yeah.
from whatever event he was at the night before.
You actually went home and rested?
I
You
made
cleaned up?
I made the
I
decision.
don't like this
clean do you-
new
does he look clean
responsible
and-
E. He looks like he even showered.
I did shower.
His hair looks puffy.
I don't like this new responsible E.
Well, what I did is I made the decision on Saturday. I'm like, if I'm gonna have to be home on Sunday for the podcast, I don't like it when I'm in here and I'm that fucking dead because I don't sleep when I'm there. And also you had this heat by God. Even for me, I don't sleep anyway. But even if you can sleep in a tent and shit, it was so fucking hot. You just wake up as soon as that sun hits your tent. So I just made a decision. I wasn't gonna drink on Saturday, and literally I saw a test pilot, which is Dead Mouse for some people. I know you wouldn't know, but he went till 3 in the morning. I went back. Everything was all ready to go. I had everything ready to go before I even went into the festival. And I just got in my car and I got home about 6 in the morning. And that way I was able to sleep and recover for the show tonight.
Do any
Nice.
drugsy? Anything good?
No,
Hi, Mrs.
I'm going to be
Fady,
honest.
by the way.
I contemplated it, but I did not.
Yeah,
I
what
just
did
Really?
you
You
do?
didn't.
passed it?
I did not.
Responsible E. I don't like this.
And actually, I
What
think.
were you offered?
Dude, I'll say this.
He even paid for his ticket. This is like
I know,
getting
right,
crazy.
yeah, this is groundbreaking.
I'll say this. This was the best I've ever done in a camping festival / NASCAR situation. I say that because it's so much different than if you
Best
go.
you've ever done. What do you mean?
I didn't get. I
Best
drank.
you behaved.
Right. I
Okay.
drank, but I did not go like
Oh,
excess.
you're 38 now, E.
I actually,
grown up.
I mean, I slept the most I've ever slept. Now to say that, I slept 3 hours a night. I went to bed at 4:30 on Thursday, 5 on Saturday. But that's early. That's more sleep than I've gotten at the Forest ever. So I was actually up and not totally hungover. So I was able to make breakfast and shit. And actually, I was kind of, I would say the father figure, but I was kind of
Father image.
I was kind of an elder statesman. I had some people next to us that were younger. And since I didn't go as hard as I normally did, I actually made pancakes and shit in the breakfast, and I was feeding the kids next to us. I was like, "You guys want pancakes? I'm making pancakes. You want bacon?"
Yeah.
They're like in their tent. I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Hell yeah!"
They're all telling this story right now. There's some old dude next
Yeah.
to us who made us bacon and pancakes.
Hey,
It was
it's
awesome. Yeah,
I was gonna
old
say
guy.
that. I'll
Gray
take
hair
that.
Some
and
too.
everything.
grandpa.
I'll take that. I mean, if I'm gonna continue to go to these raves, you do have to eventually, do a little bit, and I'll take it, man.
Takes a villagey.
If they were like, dude, this dude was probably old, but hey, he was making his pancakes and
Yeah.
shit. If I made hot dogs, I always was like, I brought a shit ton,
Yeah.
so I was like, hey, anyone want hot dogs?
The
I'm making
forest
hot
provides.
dogs and shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
That's what they're able to
So
say
that's
today.
what I
'cause
mean.
you,
When I-
E.
when I
Were
say I
there
did
any
my best-
incidents though that any trouble at the
Well,
forest
here's
this
the
year?
thing. Sunday was my worst day, and here's the thing. In typical my fashion, I literally was having the best forest I'd had, in my opinion.
2 body highs at that point.
Several body highs,
Several,
sets
nice.
that were incredible. I didn't get hungover. I actually got a little sleep. I was making food, so I wasn't spending money at the shit. Sunday we
You didn't bang any random chicks.
well, we met these girls, and they were really cool. They're from LA, and we talked to them a lot on Saturday. They made fun of me as hell, by the way, for my accent. The guys you get, what you guys always making fun of for the butt and the water and that shit like that. They were
Yeah.
fucking railing on that.
Yeah, that's not an accent. That's just a.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just retardation.
Well,
they
they
made fun
thought-
of you because you're retardation.
Maybe so.
Got it.
But anyway, we weren't even
But
planning on.
That's
having-
not an accent.
No, that's not an
dude.
accent at all. It's just a retard's way of saying a word wrong.
Yeah.
No,
like a
but what I-
standard, very
I
easy
think-
word too.
No, other people. Okay, fine, whatever. But so we met them on Sunday or Saturday, sorry, going in, and we all walked in together, and they were really cool, and we were having a fun time. And this one girl, this is how you'll see what happens where I get so fucking insecure. So this girl actually was like dancing with me a little bit and like kind of being a little flirtatious, and was good on my number. Took my number. Was like, they live in LA, but she's still like, I want your number. I'd love to stay in contact with you. I really dig you. Whatever. She takes my phone though, and she puts it in her fanny pack. And I go to get water.
Yes, she put it in her fanny pack, Mike. Don't get too excited.
No, it kind of makes me hot. But
I
whatever.
go to get water, and then they're gone. I asked the guy I'm with,
Thank God you got her number.
what happened to the girls? He goes, oh, they went to get water and then a beer, and they were going to come back. I start freaking going for them because I'm like, my phone's with them. I start going for them. I can't find them.
Why is your phone with them?
I for some reason when she was putting her number in my phone, she like I don't know if she just didn't
She
realize
stole your
it.
phone.
Well, no,
You got rolled by a 20-year-old from L.A. Nice.
no.
Jesus, do you remember the final direction I gave you on Thursday when we parted ways?
I remember.
Yeah, what was it?
It was don't lose anything. I
Don't
believe.
lose your keys, your
phone,
wallet.
wallet. Yeah.
Phone.
Well, here's what happens. So then what happens is I start getting so fucking pissed. More at myself, obviously, like 90% at myself.
Why didn't you call her? Oh yeah, you gave her your phone. For
Right.
some
So I'm
reason.
with my buddy there, and I'm telling him I'm fucking pissed. I'm like, dude, and my insecurity is so much is like I think that what I thought happened is that this girl flirted with me just to take my phone.
Like, ooh,
and
the old man's
steal
got an
it.
iPhone 10. I
Like,
could use that.
That's what I thought. That's where my mind went, and I got so.
I think it's
fucking livid.
reasonable, honestly.
I got so fucking livid.
Why
Well, the
would
guy-
you give anyone your cell phone that's not like with you?
I don't even know why I did it. It was a fast, stupid thing. I went to get water, and then they were gone.
Can someone fashion a wallet chain type thing for Ease's
Well, no,
phone?
it wasn't that.
But
It was
it's-
that. It was
because
like
this
it
It's
was.
got to be like a chastity belt, though.
But this isn't
Like,
that I
just a wallet
lost it.
chain,
It was
you
I
know?
gave it to
I
her.
gave him a beautiful Ralph Lauren wallet with a chain on it. I don't
I'm
know what
talking
he
for
did.
his phone, man.
For his
He's
phone,
parting
yeah.
ways with his phone.
This was just a stupid thing that I don't. I thought we were going to be hanging out all day anyway. I didn't even think it was going to be an issue, and so it took me like an hour to get over that. So what had to happen is I had to walk back, and for my own peace of mind, I had to walk back to the campground, see where their car is, and see that they didn't drive away. And I said, okay, you know what? Probably it's a mistake at this point, and watch the rest of the sets. But at this point, I lost my other friend.
Probably not.
I don't have my phone, but it's whatever. I check out a bunch of sets. I go back, and I do get my phone. She said she didn't remember doing it. And then a little later, she realized she had it. She gave it to my
realize
other
her
buddy.
fanny pack was twice as heavy.
Yeah, sure.
Good point.
I don't look. I
So,
don't know.
so you ended up closing that, obviously. You
no,
locked
I
that
was,
down
no,
and
because
brought
I
her
was,
to your tent.
I was ready to leave. I was
Yeah,
already
despite
packed
that
to leave.
oversight on her part.
You know, I'll say my biggest regret of this trip of the weekend at this point was I was already planning on leaving, and everyone knew that. I think if I would have done it again, though, they all went to an after party. My buddy, the 3 girls that was there. I wish I would have just stayed, even if I didn't drink. Just stayed, gone to the after party, slept for 2 hours, and came home. I should have done that. These girls were there. It was Saturday night for them, and they were going crazy. I don't know, man. We can call her at some point if you want.
Definitely.
But
That's her number.
But we can't call her today because she's in the forest still. But I mean, we can call her later. But I mean,
She's in the forest with 2 phones.
Yeah.
no, I've got my phone. So
So then there was smooth sailing from then. You
Well,
learned. Oh no, E. What did you do?
so I'm leaving at 3 in the morning, obviously. And I'm
So what was Jay's directive again? Do you remember, E?
Yeah, not lose
Don't
anything.
don't lose what
So
specifically?
yeah, don't lose phone or wallet.
Or keys.
Or keys. So I got my
Very
keys.
important.
I got my phone. I'm on my way home. I wasn't drinking, so I'm good. I stop at a gas station between like Grand
Dude.
Rapids and Portland there, and Lansing,
You lost your wallet.
and I left my wallet at the gas station.
Jesus!
Wait. How does that even
God.
happen? Like I did this.
Dude.
I did this a few weeks ago. I went to a store. I picked up a few things, and I had to pull my wallet out. And I had my keys in there, and it was like a small pocket. So I put my keys down on the counter for a second, pulled my wallet out, did my credit card, and I got to the door, and I opened the door, and I went, oh, shit. And I turned around and went, well, not going to get very far without these, and grabbed it was like
Yeah.
immediately. Like,
you
how do
need
you
your
leave
keys to
Keys,
drive.
wallet, phone. Keys, wallet,
Keys,
phone.
wallet, phone,
Keys,
like-
wallet, phone. That's
I don't
what
know,
I'm
man.
doing
You know
all
what?
day long.
all day long?
You know what, man? I will say.
How do you?
In my defense,
honestly, you don't even need to defend it. We understand.
I know. I will say
But
something.
how do you fucking like a wallet? How do you
You
set
put
it
it
down
on top of the gas tank?
Probably on top of the car when I was, I don't know. But dude, I will say in a small
Little guy
defense of
probably
mine.
held on for about a mile.
I
gave out.
actually called the gas station.
Even if he had the
that's
chain,
there.
it would literally be like the dog. It would just drag him behind. The cop would walk up with it on a chain. Care to explain this, sir?
I actually
Guy
called.
probably held on for a mile or two.
I actually called the gas station and it's there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going up
Oh,
north.
really?
I'm going up north camping this weekend. So I mean it's gonna suck, but I'm gonna take an hour detour, get the wallet,
Yeah.
and then head up north. But
I might think about heading over there maybe tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
Tonight
no, I
even.
already. I'm not fucking.
How
doing
much
that. I'm
cash
driving
did you
it.
have in it that is no longer in it?
Not almost nothing. I think.
So
like
you're
10
driving
bucks.
out an extra hour for a cheap leather wallet, essentially.
I don't feel like calling and canceling credit cards. And all that
Again,
shit.
They're still there, right?
He's got his own line with Visa. They're
Yeah.
just like, Eric, just start calling this line.
Gas
'cause it
station's
just-
gonna be like, it's weird. I mean, I have this empty wallet for you, dude.
yeah.
You know, I can look. I look at my credit card bankment, Chase bankment stuff. Literally
Your
10
bankment.
Yeah, I look at my Chase account like literally 10 times a day. So I get if anyone tried to use my
Do you
credit
really?
card,
Like-
yeah, I look at it all the fucking time. Just
Do normal people do that?
I don't.
well, I know you don't. You go to the bank for some reason.
Hold
so
on,
I mean,
hold on. Back up. You look
Back
at your credit card statement 10 times a day.
I just do. I don't know. It's on my app. I just look at it.
This is like part of an onion peeling that needs to be had.
Well,
here.
Because
you
I've
have
had
to
my credit
understand,
card stolen before and shit.
Even when it's in your pocket.
No, but I've had my numbers stolen before.
Yeah, he loses it so
Holy
much that it's just
fuck, man.
he just checks it just to make
Maybe
sure.
maybe not 10, but I check it
Every day you're checking your credit card.
Well, okay, maybe not every day, but here's the thing: you say, "Oh, crazy the credit cards." Well, dude, I can check online every fucking day until Wednesday, and if the minute there's one transaction, it doesn't matter, dude.
Wow, man.
It doesn't matter, and so the wallet's there.
Why don't you just have him put a timeout on it? They can do that. Just
I
go
don't feel
put
like
a
even doing
timeout
that.
on
I don't
it.
want to
I
call.
won't
I don't
pick
like
it up till
hassle. I
Wednesday.
hate calling fucking Chase. I don't want to call
You'd rather
Chase.
check your statement 10 times a day.
Make sure no one's
Sure,
used it.
that takes 2 seconds. I don't want to talk. I don't want to wait on hold. I don't want to call the person. I don't want to sit there and go through typing in my
This is
16
sounding
digit.
ridiculous, Jesus.
No, it's not. I don't want to sit there and type in my dumb 16 fucking thing. And by the way,
You'd
I don't
rather
know.
check your statement
I
10
don't
times a
think-
day. In
Yeah,
real
I
time. You'd
would.
rather stay up to date
You know
with
how
your
easy
statement
it is
in real
to check
time
your. You know how
until
easy
Wednesday.
it is to check up your statement. It takes literally
You have an
a
open
minute.
window right now, don't you?
My Chase, it's an app.
You're watching it in real time.
It's
Your
an
state-
app. It takes a minute. A call, even if it's.
Let's say
frickin-
the call takes 8 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
You're gonna check it 8
and
times.
it's not going to take just 8 minutes. It's going to take fucking 15
I think
at
you can
least.
just go online, dude, and just
Dude,
click a.
you don't
click
even have a
button.
fucking credit card, and you
I-
go to the
dude, I
bank.
Don't
just
turn
went
this
to-
on him. Don't turn this on
Yeah,
him.
it's
Ease
unfair.
Well, no, it's bullshit.
I
that
just
you're-
went through this. I explained it. And you guys gave me a beating for it. But when I went through it, they were sending me notification emails and to click here to do this. And so I was going in there, and I noticed that you can lock it just by a click of the button.
Jesus,
Just like,
this is
lock it right
nonsensical.
now.
Nonsensical.
I don't care.
Takes 20 seconds.
You don't care?
No, I don't care. I'm not doing
Just
it.
do.
So,
Get the carrots and potatoes.
I'm gonna
He's
drive
going in.
there. I'm gonna drive there when on my way up. I'm gonna take the hour detour, drive there on the way up north, and then go pick it up and then go up north.
Pick up your nude wallet.
You know, I would say, okay,
Be extra light. Easy to pick up.
dude. It was 6 in the morning. Okay, I had slept 6 hours in 2
It's
days.
just not a defense. I'm sorry. I want to
care.
side with you, E. I
you
really,
don't,
really
but
do. I
you're-
like you
you're
as
a
a
fucking
person.
liar, but
I
it's
want to
fine.
side with you. Don't call me a liar.
What was the final direction I gave you on Thursday?
It was
Jesus?
pretty adamant too. It wasn't like a
Jesus,
willy-nilly.
Don't
Everyone-
lose your keys, your
Did I say
wallet,
that
or
on
your
I
phone,
said
and
it
you
to
lost 2 out of the 3, man.
Here's the problem,
didn't
Jay.
lose
As you
the
know, when
phone.
we started the show, 5 minutes in, he was already halfway to the forest. And so, even when you were giving those directives, he was out of here mentally.
Every now and then you get a glimpse into how hard it would have been to be his parent. Hi, Mrs. Fady, by the way.
Yeah.
That must have been
bless you.
excruciating. Excruciating, man.
Dude, just frustrating on a level you can't imagine.
You know
like
what,
there's
man?
some basic things that we all do and we all learn.
Don't lose your keys, your wallet, or your phone.
Yeah.
2 out of 3. Go on.
It's so hilarious, dude,
2 out of
for
3.
you to sit there, some of you to sit there and say some of the shit.
Some of you, meaning me.
Everyone has shit that fucking is crazy to me. I can't believe sometimes you talk about how you.
Don't turn it on him.
I'm not.
This
no,
is
no,
not
no.
about me right now.
Well, no, you're gonna say that how weird it is to be with somebody or have to deal with something. Then you should watch your own fucking shit before you're gonna say stuff like that, dude. I mean,
Again, this is not about me, Isis.
okay. But it's like it is.
Did you want
what-
those
And
in
by the way,
glass
I didn't
houses?
lose. By the
Did you
way,
want
I
that? I'll
didn't
give it
lose
to
my
you.
fucking phone in the end. As dumb as it was
Is that
I.
what you're searching for?
Yeah, sure. As dumb as it was that I gave this
Don't
to this
throw a
girl
what?
for a second. Whatever. As dumb as it was that I gave, as I handed over this phone for a second to this person, I didn't lose it, and she didn't steal it in the end. It was a mistake. No,
You called her on it.
yeah, in my own stupid paranoia, I got mad, but it didn't. But that's not what happened. We can look back now and see that didn't happen. We have the ability to look back and
Maybe
see.
she got caught and she was like, oh, right. Oh, my gosh. Do I have that? Oh, look,
Oh, wow,
I do.
it's
She got
Crazy.
caught. Well, if
Jesus.
she would have got caught, she would have
There's two
just
ways of
fucking
looking
said she
at it.
didn't have it. She
It's,
could have
it's such a moot point. I don't understand. You haven't explained why you would hand your phone to a fucking stranger anyways.
Okay, who gives a shit? But it wasn't. I didn't lose
Jay,
it.
would you ever do that? Go to a concert, meet
Never.
someone for 5 minutes, and
doesn't
hand them your
matter.
phone, and then wander
Losing-
off?
But losing something means
I don't think I
have it
would ever
anymore. Do I
either,
have it?
ever.
My phone's right here. Did I lose it? It's right there.
You lost it for a while. You
It
got
doesn't
mad
matter.
about
It was
losing,
stolen
no,
for
no,
a
no.
while.
Losing an item completely means you don't have it anymore, and you have to get a new
You
one.
walked all the way to see if her car was still in the parking lot. to see if-
But it doesn't matter. It's right here, right now, dude.
Where's your wallet?
I'm not gonna say what gas station.
your empty wallet is at a gas station somewhere between Port Huron and
He's so predictable,
Lansing.
man.
I know.
Shit.
Why do you have to give that directive
Oh.
before he leaves last Thursday?
Dude,
because we know.
Yes.
We've been through. This story is the same. It's
It's
like
so fucking funny, man.
it's
so,
like
you're such an
Westworld,
asshole,
dude. The same story is playing out for
You are
these people.
such an asshole.
How am I an
Are we
asshole?
playing last year's show
because
right
you have
now?
so
Honestly.
much shit that you do that is fucking hilarious to so many people. To
Was it
me,
the keys
anyway.
last year? Good job keeping your keys, E, because
Yeah.
last year you lost them, right?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
Keys-
didn't lose my
keys
keys.
and
That was 2
phone.
years ago.
Oh, yeah.
But again, I didn't lose them. They were in Lost and Found, so technically I did not lose them. I found them.
God, Jesus.
They were found.
You lost them because they were in Lost and Found.
I got
Just
them
because
back.
you
so
found them again doesn't mean you
Can
didn't
I
lose them.
really strongly suggest a wallet chain in these circumstances? These festival circumstances where you're having body highs, you're laying around in tents, you're falling around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really, just
I know.
chain the shit to you.
I know. That is what I do.
Super glue it
That
to
is finally what I
yourself.
do. That is finally what I've done with my keys. Is I tie them to my or to my belt loop.
Before you leave next year, I'm duct taping shit to you.
Super
I am.
glue it. Just
All right.
his phone to his stomach so he can still get access to it. He can still punch in numbers.
Okay.
But just we'll super glue it.
I will. I will say that I had a. I'm trying to think of. Never mind. I guess I don't know. I'm
Well
not.
put.
Finish your thought.
Well, I'm not. I already said I'm not missing something. I guess. Oh, I was gonna. I don't know. This was interesting. I guess I was talking to this. We had this neighbor that was super gay, and we were talking to him about politics for some reason. And
Let me guess where he stood.
Well, that's
Huge Trump supporter, right?
Yes.
Really?
That's the
You
point.
were
That was
standing
the-
next to Milo Yiannopoulos?
That was the point of my story. It was kind of hilarious. His name James, or Jimmy. Sorry, and it was like it was weird. All of a sudden, he was like talking to us, and he's like, "So I'm just curious, who do you guys, who did you vote for?" And I'm like, dude, what is
No,
this?
it's a trick
I don't
question.
wanna
He's gay.
answer.
Shit.
He's like, "No, dude, I want to know." And he's like, and I was like, Donald Trump. He goes, "Yeah, so did I." And then we talked for like a half an hour about he has a boyfriend who is like a super Republican. This dude lives somewhere in mid-Michigan. He must be the only fucking gay guy married to another Republican in Michigan, but I don't.
Yeah. So that is a unicorn.
Right,
That's
that's
a
what,
rare
exactly.
one for
It's
sure.
fucking funny, but it was the best, man. I fucking made. My neighbors were fucking incredible. The forest is the best thing I've ever gone to in my entire life.
Well, you know what they say about the forest, E.
Anybody that has never gone, you can make fun of it all you want, but if you're looking for a time where people are just so fucking cool and music is just what it is,
Reminds me of a Dead show.
yeah,
That's
it's like that.
basically
You're
what it
right.
sounds like.
But that's where it's at, man. It's fucking.
Jesus, if I wasn't so susceptible to epilepsy from these blinking lights,
Don't go.
I would check it
You
out.
could, you could,
I
yeah.
kinda
You'd
like
have to
to,
go in the
too.
day. You'd have to go only in the day. You could not do it at night.
Jesus, I found myself on the west side again. I
Yeah.
thought about coming up and seeing you,
Right.
coming up and finding you, but then I figured I'll try to text him. He'll lose his. He won't have his phone.
Yeah.
Well, the
Some
certain you
random
couldn't have got
chick
to
from
me
LA
anyway.
would've
The,
texted you
the
back.
texting was actually the worst. I don't know why this year was so bad than last year, but the service was fucking terrible. I don't know if the heat was messing with it a little bit too or something, but even compared to other years, like literally texts where you text and they wouldn't go for an hour sometimes, or
Yeah.
send them 5 times. It's been bad before, but it was really bad this year, and for everybody. So I don't know why that was.
It seems strange. You're in the middle of a bustling metropolis.
You're right.
Well, I don't know how you dealt with it, E, because I
It was terrible.
outside for sporadic lengths of time, not very long, and I was dying. I can only imagine spending 3 days out in that
And the
weather.
problem is,
seriously,
they charge you $10 to take a shower. That's the worst thing of the forest. Honestly, almost everything else is fine. They charge you $10, and I'm such a cheap ass that I'm not going to pay $10 to fucking take a shower.
I would have taken 19 showers.
oh, me too.
Swear to God.
Yep.
Then that's the other kind of problem. Even if you took a shower,
Yeah, you come out, you're
you'd be
immediately
done
sweating.
fucking
Yeah.
10 minutes later. Pretty much what I ended up doing is you can get free water, as I said. So we kind of kept going, like taking turns going and refilling the water jugs, and I would just dump water on me. So that's not cleaning you, but it's pretty much doing
Jimmy
the same.
would sponge you off.
Well,
James, sorry.
James. And we had, and luckily the guy that I went with brought a big thing of like those wipes. So we kind of would just dump water on her head, and then
Oh, those stinky wipes.
I know.
It's baby wipes
Yeah,
smell
yeah,
out
yeah.
in the
Wow.
friggin' 95-degree heat.
Oh.
My God,
But I mean, in
man.
that situation, literally almost 80% of the other people are in the same boat because
Yeah.
most people don't want to fucking. And the lines are fucking an hour, and then you have to pay $10.
I'm out.
And by the time you're done
This
with,
whole
I'm
thing
out.
sounds fucking
Out,
awesome.
out.
I would say
out.
it's been, if it was 10 to 15 degrees lighter, it is fucking awesome. It happened to be in this one weird thing. I mean, dude, the one night we were up at 4 in the
degrees
morning and it was
cooler.
still 70 plus.
Yeah.
70 plus at 4 in the fucking morning.
Well, like I said, I was out. I had my sister and Jen and the kids.
Oh, yeah?
were in town, and so I had to go over, to my parents' house and see them. And oh man, those kids are so much fun.
How old are they now?
Reed is 4 and Madison is 2, and I know that because I didn't realize this was a thing. You know how they have those like on toys they'll say like, oh, for ages 3 plus,
Yeah.
for ages 4 plus, whatever. They are fucking hung up on that number on the box. Like I didn't think about it. It was like, he's 4, so he can have a 6 plus, whatever. I brought like a water balloon launcher thing
Oh,
over
those
there.
are the best.
Dude, it's sweet. But it's too, like, you got to really pull that thing back. So for a 4-year-old, it was a little
Yeah.
hard, so I had to hold it for him while he pulled it back. And whatever. But he's like, he looks at it, and one of the numbers on there, because it comes with 100 balloons, and it says 100 plus balloons, and he just sees 100 plus, and he's like,
I'm not old enough.
I'm 4 plus.
Yeah.
I'm not even close to 100 plus. And I'm like, no, poops. No, it's 4 plus. And so both of them, the whole week, are like, well, what is the little Madison is like, I give her a doll, and she's like, is it for two plus, or
That's
is
hilarious.
it? And I'm like, who cares?
Yeah,
It's a
why are they
fucking
so hung
doll.
up on that?
I don't, because Reed is somehow hung up
drilled
on
into
this
him.
thing. It's drilled into him. This is
interesting.
This is important.
They're going to have that story when they look back. They're going to be like, remember how we used to be so hung up on the ages? And
Yeah.
that was weird. What were you doing?
The thing that I learned, though, and I love them to death. They were adorable at times, and dude, the amount of fucking selfish that is involved with a child is just, it's unacceptable. It's
Little
like,
self-centered, are they?
oh my, they just dominate everything you're doing. Everything you're doing is dominated by them. It's like, hey, fuckface, I'm in the middle of a story. Relax. Relax. We'll get to you in a second. It's like, can I not have 5 minutes to tell a story without you interrupting?
Oh, that's funny.
It's unbelievable. We go to breakfast this morning, and it's like Madison is sitting with my sister, then me, then my mom. And my mom, they've brought waters for the table, And my mom goes, that cup is so going over, either on this table or someone's lap. And it was like 4, 3, 2, 1. And Madison's like, yeah, don't need this. Bang. All over Uncle Mike. I mean,
Do you think it was purposeful?
It
Was
it
it
was
close to purposeful?
Yeah, I didn't see it with my own eyes, but she was doing this like,
Suspecting? Like,
I was
little
like,
snicker?
huh.
A snigga?
Snigga. It was not a snicker. We don't say that, especially around the kids. It was a snigga. But she was like, she immediately like puts her head in her mom's, shoulder, like, oh, and my sister goes, she feels bad that she dropped that. I go, does she? She goes, no, she doesn't feel bad. And she looks at me, this little 2-year-old looks at me, she goes, shrugs her shoulders like, yep, I'm 2. That's what I do.
These
So,
things happen.
what are you going to do about it?
Awesome.
And I'm just like, oh, my God, they're adorable. But I just can't believe the level of selfishness. And I don't know if this is exclusive to these two.
Probably, yeah.
But
Sounds like it.
I just came to the realization, like, there's no fucking way I could do this. No way could I have a kid. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't. Your life is over.
Yeah,
Like,
it changes things, doesn't it?
just a tad. Like, I got a taste of it for a few hours, and it's like, okay, I got to go now. I got to go now.
Yeah,
Like,
nothing's about you anymore.
It doesn't stop, dude. I've
Yeah.
never seen, especially with a couple of them, because I've dealt with Marshall, and it's like with one, you can kind of, one person can keep it occupied. But when you've got a couple of them running around and fucking with each other, and
Yeah, you can never appreciate like what it is 24/7 to have these kids
Yes.
with you, and that's the thing. Like you babysat them, you've been around kids or whatever, but until you have one of those little things,
Yeah.
24/7 for like 3 months,
Yeah.
you can't appreciate
I
how
just-
grueling it is.
I'm starting to kind of understand, like, oh yeah, now expand this in not 3-hour windows, but to 24 hours, and then it never stops.
Yeah.
Like it just. Now eventually they'll grow
Just
up.
got to flip your thinking.
How do you go from like day one, like, oh, look what I'm bringing home from the hospital, to like 7 without murdering them? Like, I don't understand how that's possible.
Honestly, you go into this period of mourning for what your life used to be. It used to
Really?
be centered around you, and then it's like you go through this transformation, and there's like it's like 12 steps of
Yeah.
despair.
Yeah.
But then it turns around into like, okay, this is the new normal,
Yeah.
and this is good.
I mean, they do such awesome shit, and they're adorable as hell and funny as hell. Like, there's things they say, like Madison has picked up the word yuck, and so it doesn't matter what you bring her, she's going to go yuck. And
yeah,
my
but the
sister's going
cutesy stuff
crazy.
can only sustain you for so long. Like,
But it'll
this is
keep them
real
alive.
life.
It'll keep them alive in those first few months. You know what I mean? Like, you bank on it. Like, I
No,
know
that's
I
not
want
the
to
first
kill
few
it.
months. No, the first few months are grueling because all they're doing is shitting and crying.
Yeah, true.
It's like these are the good times. 4 and 2, that's fun stuff, man. They're reacting to you.
Yeah, they do, but again, it's the selfish nature of it that drives me nuts. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, you can't give me 2 minutes to finish my story, asshole. What's the matter with you?
Can we talk about me right now?
Yeah, this is about me. I'm in the middle of a great story. If you would have fucking listened,
It's
by
Uncle
the
Mike.
way.
I'm pretty fucking excited
Yeah, I've
here.
kind of got some cool shit going
Yeah.
on. I get to do some exciting stuff. I'm telling you about Big E. There's nothing more interesting than Big E. And you're just like, nah, 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 hugging mom's leg. And, oh, can we eat yet? Can we go
Yeah.
play? It's like, dude,
Mickey Mouse pancakes.
they brought him a rabbit pancake today.
Okay.
Yeah, with chocolate
Yeah, sure.
face on it. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was fun, but I swear to God, I have a newfound respect. It's a miracle to me when I look at that. It's amazing how many like there aren't that many parents that murder their kid. There just aren't. There's some, but it's not a common thing.
Nature kicks in, man, especially
Yeah.
with the moms.
Yeah.
Takes a little length of time with the dads, but I think the moms, man, immediately it's just like,
Dude, I can't
Connection.
believe how strong they are to be able to hold those things. Like, as long as my sister wants to put Madison down, and she immediately puts her legs out. Like, no, my feet are not going on the ground. You are going to hold me. And it's like, you're just holding this 30-pound weight forever. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean.
yeah.
Oh, anyway, it's
Hey,
cool to
everybody.
have them in town, though.
Check out the Detroit Cast listener business page. It's a page under the Help the Show tab on our website, DetroitCast.com. The page includes businesses owned by listeners, which is really cool. So take a look. It'd be great to support the supporters of the show. And today's featured listings are Dustin's Mowing and Grounds. They serve Oakland and Livingston counties. They provide lawn and landscaping. They serve both commercial and residential customers. You will notice a difference with Dustin's. Also, the Blind Biz. They specialize in all types of custom blinds, shades, and shutters. They give free in-home consultations and free installation. They serve all of Metro Detroit.
Jay, I'm going to blow off the whole ICE story that's dominating our news cycle right now, just because I think it's the same story over and over, whether it's, in my opinion, whether it's the Women's March or the ICE March, the immigration thing right now. I think they're all just the same thing, just kind of, it's really an anti-Trump march is what it is. And so the rhetoric is so ramped up on
That's
either
right.
side that like you always say, it's like somewhere in the middle is probably the truth. But I can't believe any of these motherfuckers.
That's
so
right.
I'm done with it. I'm sure you saw that going on over the weekend. Some of the chants were better. I can't remember off the top of my head, but one of the things that happened on Friday that I was kind of surprised by was that prank call to Donald Trump.
Yeah, man. Stuttering
on
John.
Air Force One. How does that happen, dude? Seriously, like, maybe I had this read all wrong. I've often said, like, when 9/11 happened, I just assumed missiles would come out of the ground and shoot shit out of the air. But
Yeah, the world's an imperfect place. Didn't he have a kind of a key number to start with, or did he just start with some general White House switchboard?
there's a general switchboard number. They will answer. I used to call them. Beagle and I used to call them all the time and pretend like we were 8-year-old kids.
It's the Beagle.
We'd pretend we were 8-year-old kids, and they won't hang up on you, and we would ask ridiculous shit. It was
Scotty McGregor.
totally Scotty McGregor.
I'll show you my penis.
Yeah, but they won't hang up on you. They'll tell you to get your mom and all that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But so you can do that, and I guess he would call that and would say who he was and kind of knew the president at one point.
Right.
Drinks with him, whatever. I mean, he's part of Stern's show at some point. So
Yeah, I'm sure they connected over the years, being in New York.
yeah. And so he's got a podcast that he does, the Stuttering John podcast or something, and they didn't have a guest for last Tuesday. So him and his producers were like, well, what are we going to do? And he's
Trump.
like, well, let's call the White House. And so they're like, yeah, he's busy, dude. He doesn't have time. And they just hung up on him. And so his producer goes, yeah, well, Melendez, Stuttering John Melendez, it's kind of close to Menendez. It's only a letter off. Maybe we call back as the senator, Democratic senator from Jersey or whatever. And so he's like, yeah, why not? And so he calls back and he just puts on like a dumb New York accent and says he's Senator Menendez, needs to talk to Trump. And they're like, about what? He's like, immigration something. And so they're like, oh, yeah, we'll call you back. And so they call him back and they're like, hey, why are you calling from an 818 area code?
Yeah.
Because you're in New Jersey, and that's not in New Jersey. That's an L.A. area code. And he's like, yeah, I'm on vacation. They're like, oh, okay, cool. As if your area code would change if you were out of town. He's like, that just shows the ineptitude of it. But anyways, so he ends up wrapping up the podcast. He's going out on a date, and his phone rings, and it's a D.C. number. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're looking for Senator Menendez. And, we think we've got the president available. And he's like, okay. And so he gets on the phone. It's Jared Kushner. It's like, yeah, Senator, what did you want to talk to him about? And he's like, oh, immigration policies. We talked a couple weeks ago and wanted to just tie up some loose ends. He's like, all right, we'll put him through. He pulled him out of a meeting on Air Force One to put him on the phone. This could have been a disaster if Trump was just like thinking he's totally in a one-on-one conversation
Being taped.
and is being a dick and blowing it off.
Yeah.
But, I think we've got some of the audio here. E, do you have it there? Go ahead.
Is the president available? Yep. One moment, sir. I'll connect your call. All right. Thank you. Senator Bonilla, are you still there, sir? Yes, sir. Okay. One moment, sir. He stepped away from his chair. I'm getting ready to ring his phone right now. Just one moment. All right. Thank you so much.
God,
Sir, your
man.
call is connected. Hi, Bob. Hey, how are you? How are you? Congratulations on everything. We're proud of you. Congratulations. Great job. You went through a tough situation, and I don't think a very fair situation, but congratulations. Thank you so much. And, I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. President, but obviously my constituents are giving me a lot of beef about this immigration thing. I know that you did something really noble, by trying to, get the kids back with their families. But I have to answer to them. What can I tell them that you're going to do moving forward? So, Bob, let me just tell you, I want to be able to take care of the situation every bit as much as anybody else at the top level. I'd like to do the larger solution rather than the smaller solution.
I mean, luckily for him, he gave decent answers to the question, and we don't have to listen to it all. You can find it online.
Yeah,
if you
lucky
listen.
for him, he wasn't like, we want to keep all the Mexicans out.
As you know,
every last one of them.
Don't repeat this, Bob, but you know how much I hate Mexicans. They're lazy. They're all rapists and murderers. We got to keep them out. That's why we need the wall built.
So essentially, Stuttering John called and said, yeah, I'm a senator.
Yeah.
Can you connect me with the president? They're like, which senator? And he's like, Melendez.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what we can do.
Story checks out. He knows a senator.
There's a senator named Melendez.
They just look on the list and go, yep, checks out.
Shit, Bob
Fucking
Menendez.
nuts, man.
It's crazy. The White House is kind of flipping out right now. Like, okay, we can't make a public statement until we figure out how this happened.
Yeah.
Is it just that no one's ever had the balls to, like, just go for it?
Oh, no.
Like that? I mean, that's just...
I can't believe that.
I mean, you can't blame Trump, though, personally.
No,
you know what I mean?
course
It's not
not.
like he's, you know...
Just being told, hey, so-and-so's on the phone for you.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, imagine how many phone calls, right, that he deals with in a day, and to remember maybe someone's accent from one of the sides. He knew enough about the story, at least. He knew about, I guess, whatever his election was, or...
I guess the Secret Service did show up at his house, and he got home, and there were a couple kids from the neighborhood that were out front of his house, and they're like, some guys in some suits just showed up a little while ago. They're pounding on your door. They said they were Secret Service. They showed us their badge. And so he just went in the house, locked the door, went to his room, and was just like, and he gets a hold of Michael Aventi, Stormy Daniels' lawyer, and another friend of his who knows some Secret Service guys were like, look, if the Secret Service shows up, they're not there to arrest you. They want to know how the fuck you got through.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
what's the Secret Service going to do to him? You didn't threaten him or anything.
No,
Just
exactly.
called and
Yeah,
asked
is
for
it
him.
illegal to call the president?
No.
You know,
First
lied
Amendment
about who he
rights.
was.
Yeah,
but
but he's a comedian. He's protected. You know, it's a comedic bit. Plus, there was nothing disparaging said about him, and you know, so hey, that's your fuck up. You're the one that took the call, asshole, not
man?
me.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, just a crazy story though. You just wouldn't expect it.
No.
That it would be that easy to get through. I imagine it won't be now going forward. But
Give it a try, Isis.
still pretty funny.
Sure.
Yeah, Isis, what senator could you pretend to be?
I don't even know if dude, I'm
Elizabeth
so bad
Warren.
about it. Sure.
Go.
Yeah, sure.
See what you can do. Did you guys celebrate Bobby Bonilla Day, by the way, today?
Oh, man. What is it? Every year for 15, 20 years or something, he gets $1 million.
It's
Right?
the
It's a deferred
craziest-
payment.
Yeah.
Bobby Bonilla, former Met, right?
Was he a Pirate and a Met?
Yeah,
he was a Met
I think he
for a
last
few
played
years.
for the Mets, so early 2000s.
2001. He
yeah.
hasn't played ball since 2001.
So they came to an agreement. What they owe him, like $35 million.
Sort of. I mean, it's the craziest story. Like he was technically owed $5.9 million. He started with, who was he with? Pittsburgh, and he's like top 3 in MVP voting. So the Mets go after him, get him, and then he kind of sucks. And so they're on the hook for like $5.9 million, which at the time he was the highest paid player in the game, and his numbers weren't up to snuff. So they want to get rid of him. And so they come up with this plan, like, we'll defer the payment for the next 35 years and pay you. We're willing to give you $29 million instead of $5.9 million because we could keep that money for all these years and invest it. We've got a great investment guy who is given 10 to 15%
called
returns
Merck today?
without fail.
They're paying him at like an 8% rate of return, right?
Yes, he wanted 10, they wanted 6, they settled on 8. Turns out their finance genius was Bernie Madoff.
Oh, no.
So they figure we can't miss. Madoff's going to make us $70 million on the
Holy
money,
shit.
and so on this 5.9, so we have no problem paying him $29 million
Yeah.
because we're going to make double that at least with our guy Madoff. Madoff obviously goes belly up, leaves with $68 billion, and the owners of the Mets, you know, I guess they had invested a shitload with Madoff. They got theirs back, but they're not making that money that they thought over the years. So now
I got you.
they're just stuck paying $1.193 million, $248.20.
Every July 1st through what?
2035. He'll be 72.
What a sweet little pension, little nut you get every year, you know?
Dude, he's 72 years old, and he's still able to collect this money every July 1st. It's known as Bobby Bonilla Day. And it's just hilarious, man, how that worked out for him. But
good safety valve to have if you don't
Huge.
trust yourself. You know, back in the day, he could have demanded it. No, I'm not doing that. I'm taking it. Give me the $5 million you owe me.
I think his lawyer was like, no, Bobby, this is a good deal. Let's just take this. This will pay out way more in the long run. Just take it. And why not? How many guys have we watched go absolutely belly up after 5 years?
Well, the why not is I
retirement?
think I can make more on my own. I can make more than
Yeah.
8%, just like
Wow.
the Mets thought.
Yeah. Oof. Oh, as soon as I read Madoff's name, I was like, oh, shit.
Damn.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, 2035. Oh.
You guys see any fireworks? Fireworks are
Um,
going, man. It's kind of weird with 4th of July falling on a Wednesday, you know?
Yeah.
Because they kept calling this 4th of July weekend. I
Yeah,
was like,
Lake Orion had their fireworks
I
yesterday.
wouldn't.
Did they?
I mean, I understand that. I understand that lakes do them all different times because they do try to spread them out. But why would next weekend not be 4th of July weekend?
know,
when
that's
it's
what I thought,
rolling
too.
into it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that too. Everybody's
Yeah.
taking, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. And,
Sure.
But yeah, Lake Orion.
Did you go?
We did.
Yeah. I mean, it was muggy. But it probably cooled down at night.
Mango tear? Put it in reverse, tear!
Yeah, our combustible buyer Russell is out of town this 4th of July,
Hmm.
so we don't have any at home. But we did take the little sweet pie to watch the fireworks. last night.
Did you
So-
get a good seat? Do we have to lay a blanket down?
the Kmart parking lot?
What? Why would you go to the Kmart parking lot? Not just one of the lawns in the...
There, dude.
You have to know a lot of people in Lake Orion.
Listen, man.
Look.
What people do. There's 2 points on the lake. They shoot them off the barge in the middle of Lake Orion,
Sure.
and I don't want to disparage the fine folks of Lake
I think
Orion.
I think
boy.
we've talked.
But
about
I've done this
yeah.
in the past,
But,
yeah. But one side of the lake got pissed that the fireworks aren't on their side, and so they would switch it every year, and every year the other side would bitch.
Yeah.
And so they got 2 fucking barges.
That's what
so
they did in Brighton, too.
They light off a dual firework display. So in the meantime, everybody lines up along Lapeer Road, where you're right off the lake, essentially. And
Are boats out there, too? People anchored? Yeah, all
yeah,
over.
tons of boats.
Yeah.
So we just flew up there and parked in Kmart and sat by the road.
Oh, God.
Sweet Pie was happy.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
Yeah, I remember doing that as a kid. Like, driving down the road, it's like, ooh, the Livonia Spree
Yeah.
fireworks is going on. And we just pull off
Yeah.
on the side of the road, sit there and watch it. How lame that sounds now, but...
Oh, Lord! Lord! Oh, Lord! Oh, Jesus!
Yeah,
Is
but
that
all
before-
next week, dude. There were none like going off this weekend around my house. It wasn't like people in the
I didn't
neighborhood.
hear 'em either.
It's got to be this coming weekend,
Yeah.
right? Everybody's just
for the next
considering
week,
it.
2 weeks,
Exactly.
we're going to hear them going off at crazy hours. I'm glad to see, and this is good. I watched a little bit of local news this weekend. It was nice to see him saying, when it's this hot, you gotta look after your elderly,
Yeah,
and
the
don't
elderlies.
forget your sunscreen. Whatever you do, Sunscreen is very important, and
And
keep
for
it
God's
hydrated.
sakes, and with all the fireworks,
Yeah.
let's be safe, everybody.
Yeah, I mean they were
Celebrate, but responsibly.
yes, be responsible, and just remember that it only takes but a mere 15 minutes, and you will pay for that if you're not properly protected. And hydration is so
So
important,
key,
So
especially
key.
for the elderly.
Yeah, and God forbid you don't check up on the elderly. So I've never heard them do that before, so it's a nice reminder to do all that stuff, and I hope everyone else does too.
God bless local news.
Have we had about enough of this? Like, you go get a coffee at Starbucks or wherever, and they write your name or a little note
Little
on your
smiley
cup.
face.
Yeah, man, your server was so and so. Like, do we need to do that? Is there a necessary need for that?
A necessary need.
I mean, honestly, because we keep seeing people get in trouble for this, writing something dumb.
Yeah.
And some girl, got blown out from a Cincinnati
Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, they fired her. She wrote a
This-
disparaging message.
The statement is so stupid.
Yeah, I know. Stop hanging out in front of the store if you have a full-time job. Signed, management.
Yeah.
Take that, homeless woman. And, it sounds like she would collect enough money to go in and buy a coffee or whatever. And she writes
Why
it on
do
there.
you think that would go over well?
Isn't in front spelled wrong?
Yeah, something. Stop hanging out in front of the store. What is if you have a full-time job?
I know,
What the
period. It's period
Yeah.
if you have a full-time job.
Period.
Capital I in if you have a full-time job.
Yes.
Well put.
Yeah. Moron working there. Probably some 16-year-old, like, in girly handwriting and everything. And they don't know. The lady hasn't been back since. Management feels bad.
So they're gonna pull a Starbucks and like fall on the sword. And,
They better.
yeah.
I mean,
Demanding
Starbucks set precedent. I mean, they
Demanding
really
it of
did.
Duncan.
So what do? We got to shut it down for a day and go to sensitivity training, right?
I say
mean-
full out boycott it. At least amongst the
Yeah.
group here, right?
Kind of
Yeah.
like I kind of like Dunkin' Donuts. Fuck.
Well-
what am I gonna do now?
Well, they don't treat the homeless very nicely.
know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they think lesser of homeless people, so
Right,
we got to
that's
take
one-
the whole team through sensitivity training.
Damn it.
And I don't mean just the Cincinnati locale. I mean nationwide.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind getting a few of our community leaders involved. Maybe even bring in the church. Let's see if we can't right this wrong. But this goes against everything we stand for. We're just a small family business. We preach to our employees long and hard about the values of
A
respect and
small
dignity.
family business.
I don't know if I
What?
believe that.
I gotta be honest.
It's a
Dunkin'
franchise.
Donuts.
I think they mean we're a franchise.
Right.
And,
We're a single unit franchise.
yeah. But I don't know if I buy that. We spend long and hard hours preaching dignity and respect for others. Like, really? You're
That
hiring
means-
some kid off the street for $7 an hour.
That means what it means for every fucking place I've ever worked. Once a year, some consultant comes in.
Yeah.
You do a little demonstration about teamwork or this and that, blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
Yeah, you're hiring
And
some
then-
real high-end managers here. Read the sentence again.
They claim that was not a management person that said stop hanging out in hyphen front of the store. Period. If you have a full-time
Yeah,
job!
there you
Exclamation
go.
point. Management said she was not management. She no longer works here. Dunkin' Donuts and our franchisees share the goal of creating a welcoming and hospitable environment for all guests. Well, it doesn't sound like it. We need to work on this.
Hey, Steve Gabarra from Zotford has no witty comments or wisecracks about Jerry and Isis sharing an intimate weekend together, but he has some crazy good deals. Zotford's summer sign and drive event continues. Lease a new 18 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4 as low as $202 a month with zero cash due, or lease a new 18 Ford Escape as low as $155 a month with zero cash due. Peep their passionate deals and their massive inventory at dealsinthed.com. And these are great deals, and they're only through this week.
Yeah, only this week. He wanted to stress that. So if you go in there the week after,
Nothing.
Screw you, pal.
Different
You missed
great
it.
deal.
Yeah.
Not these great deals.
There's still
different
great deals. But this one is off the table.
Off the table.
Forget it. Did you see the shooting? I was glad that it happened Thursday after we got off the
This
air.
fucking guy.
The shooting in Annapolis, Maryland, at the newspaper there, the Capital Gazette. I believe they're owned by the Baltimore Sun, and one of their sister stations. It was
soon to be going out of business newspaper.
yeah, as all of them should.
Yeah.
A guy named Jared Ramos is the shooter. It was just so laughable to me how immediately, within an hour, it was like, this is what you get
That's what you got.
Trump, when you say that it's fake news all the time. It doesn't surprise us. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody even wants to get any details. No details have come out, and it's immediately a firestorm of, yeah, this is Trump's fault.
Yeah, but it's not exactly like a huge leap in logic, though. We talked about it just last week, how shit like that will be happening.
Yeah.
Just like, Steve Scalise,
Yeah.
the whip shot in the hip last year, just a year
Sure.
ago.
Yeah.
More of that shit's going to happen. So, I agree with you. Maybe collect some facts before you go there, but it wouldn't
Yeah.
have surprised me.
Well, it turns out it's a disgruntled former, I guess he wasn't an employee, but he was a target of a story, which seemed weird. He got busted, I guess, for stalking some
Yeah.
chick on Facebook. And so they did a story in the news about, hey, this guy, I think it was titled, This Guy Jared Wants to Be Your Friend. And they did a whole piece about him stalking this chick. And so he sued the paper, he sued the girl that made comments, he ended up suing the judge.
He got really obsessive, like really, really quick.
Yeah, he sounds like a very unstable guy. And so he spent the next few years
5 years, I think. I think
Yeah.
it was 2013 to present. He's just been tormenting these people.
like tweeting at them, and making shitty comments about different individuals that work there. He's been Facebooking shitty things. The girl that was the target of it called the police at one point and said, this is your next mass shooter. You realize this guy's insane. And so they ended up throwing his case out of court when he sued on the grounds that he couldn't prove that exactly what they said was false.
Yeah.
And so they're like, sorry, dude, if it's the
You
truth,
haven't been defamed, man. It's
yeah,
true.
You can't, the truth will set you free. And so he just stewed.
He does look vampiric with those eye teeth.
He needs to whiten them, get a little, take a little,
What a creeper looking
dude.
guy, man.
Yeah, fucking weirdo. It's just freaky. These guys are walking around there. And so he got himself worked up to the point that he shows up there, and I think he went and jerry rigged a lock for the back door so people couldn't escape, and then just takes a shotgun, blasts his way through the front glass, and smoke bombs. He's throwing smoke canisters so people can't see, and then he's just boom, and just blowing away anyone he sees. And he ended up killing 5 people, and 3 people were taken to the hospital. I guess like they got hit with shards of glass.
Did you just do an old cowboy rifle style?
I've been watching
cock?
Westworld. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you just
so
did
it's not. It's more. Like the
if
pump.
it's a pump, it
Yeah.
might very well be the semi-automatic.
I don't know what he had actually. There hasn't been a
Well,
ton
it's not
of.
really a mass casualty gun if you're going to go in. I guess if you jimmy a back door, then you're shooting fish in a barrel at that point.
Exactly.
No matter what kind of gun you have.
Did you hear about Milo Yiannopoulos getting mixed up in it at all?
Hold on, before you move on, is this maybe an opportunity to say something nice?
Before you speak, turn the other cheek and say something nice is my advice.
What do you think?
Oh boy, that's hard. Shit, he just murdered 5 people. You want me to say something nice about him?
We're looking at a really awful mugshot.
He's got his eyebrows are not terrible as far as like they line up nicely with his eyes. You know what I mean?
That's all you got?
I can't believe we're not going with the hair. The hair's good, man.
I would have
not the beard, but the hair.
He's got kind of a 4.5 head instead of a 4
I know,
head.
but the
Like,
hair
it's
is so thick.
What do you got, JD?
I agree with Isis. I think he's got some nice locks, you know. Doesn't use too much product, which I think is key.
Yep, very true. See, if I was going to say anything hair related, I would say he's got a tremendous ability to grow a beard.
Straighten it nicely.
Yep. You could rubber band that. There's a lot you can do with that. You could do the Lou Albano. There's a ton
And
you can do.
And he has done the Lou Albano.
He has. If I had to say anything, though, I think
How about this in terms of character? He's persistent.
He's a
hung in there
go-getter?
He is a go-getter.
Yeah. When he's got a task.
Stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah.
Stick-to-itiveness. From 2013, he saw it through.
Big difference between
a
success
great
and
point.
failure is just showing up.
It's a great point.
I forget
mean,
the saying, but you know what I mean.
Well, that you bring up a great point, Jay, and you're right.
A lot of people would fizzle out after one stalking and one lawsuit, right? He
Yeah.
kept with it.
Well, most of us would be like all amped up. Yeah, we're going to do this. Yeah, we're going to do this. And maybe you do that for even a year, but then you just kind of fizzle out and a year
Yeah.
goes by, another year goes by, and it's like, oh, you just forget about it.
This guy's goal-oriented.
He is. He's going to see it through. No doubt about it. All right.
Stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah, I think we
Before you speak, turn the other cheek and say something nice is my advice.
I feel better.
I do too. That was nice because we haven't done that in a while. The point is to have someone that's done something heinous
Can always find something nice.
and try to just be positive in life. Just be happier
Turn
in
this
life.
story positive.
Yeah, see if there's anything we could say to make this a positive story. Milo Yiannopoulos got mixed up in this story. I don't know if you saw it because
didn't.
a couple days earlier, I guess a couple newspapers, the Daily, was it the Daily Gazette or something? There were a couple of them.
Some failing newspaper.
Yeah. Hold on, I want to get this right. The Daily Beast, we're all familiar with the Daily
yeah,
Beast.
of course.
And the Observer. So they had written to him like email or message, text, and reached out to him and said, hey, they were looking for comment about a story they were going to run about a popular hangout spot for GOP members. And he wrote back what he used. He said, it's my standard response to a request for comment, which was, let's see here. I can't wait for vigilante squads to start gunning journalists down on sight.
Oh, shit. Good timing, Milo.
Yeah. So in a longer statement, he said, if anyone is to blame, so they went public with his comments in a private text exchange, right? And so people are like, Milo's responsible for this shooting, blah, 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 blah. It's his fault. He said that, da, da, da. And he says in the statement, if anyone is to blame, it's the 2 outlets that published my statements, which were meant to be private. I sent a troll about vigilante death squads as a private response to a few hostile journalists who were asking me for comment, basically as a way of saying, fuck off. Then they published it. It turns out if there turns out to be any dimension to this crime related to my private, misreported remarks, the responsibility for that lies squarely and wholly with Will Summer of The Beast and the Observer's Davis Richardson for drumming up fake hysteria about a private joke, and the verified liberals who pretended they thought I was serious.
If you want to pin it on something, pin it on that.
I got to say, I'm kind of with Milo on this one. It's kind of I mean, it's a shitty thing to like. Why
It's
would
just
you?
really opportunistic. They're like, holy shit.
Oh, it's Milo Yiannopoulos. That's a big enough name.
Yeah.
We could put this out, but if you think you're off the record, that's supposed to be respected too. You know what I mean? I suppose he could have stated, "I'm assuming this is off the record, and if so, da 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 da."
Yeah.
But that they would know he wasn't planning for this to be public, so it's kind of shitty. But
No, Milo.
Milo should know better, anyways. Hey, let's take a quick timeout, and then Jay, do you remember what was the hot felon's name?
Jeremy Meeks. God
Is it-
damn it! Why do
just-
I know that?
It just kills you that you know that, it doesn't.
Just
it?
dreamy blue eyes.
Oh, they are. In his defense,
you could
they're
just swim in them.
ocean blue, absolutely gorgeous. There's no way around that.
Backstroke.
None. I could fall asleep just gazing into those eyes. We've got an update on his wife, who appears to be doing really well.
Right,
I mean,
the wife
handling
that
things-
he left. Now he's with some billionaire's daughter, right?
Yeah.
He just had a kid
Yeah.
with said billionaire's daughter.
Yeah.
Kind of
Chlo-
linked himself forever with
Chloe
said billionaire.
Green, is that
I don't
something
remember.
like that. But yeah, the hot felon's ex.
Left her behind, and she's trying to make her way.
Yep. And I think she's doing well. We'll get into the details of that and more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. begins now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Mike and Jay. I mentioned the hot felon. What the hell was his name again?
Jeremy Meeks.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Kills you that you know that, as it should. Melissa Meeks finalized her divorce from him. Do you usually keep the name, or do a lot of women keep the name, or do you ditch it? Like, I would think you'd want nothing to do with that dude.
I don't know.
And his name, but maybe she's trying to make a play off it, you know, as the ex of the hot felon, Jeremy Meeks. And if I remember, it was like armed robbery. He was in jail for quite a while.
Yeah, out of Stockton, straight out of Stockton,
That's
California, I
right.
believe it was.
That's right. And the
Right,
Stockton Police Department
Straight
released,
out of Stockton.
Exactly.
they released a bunch of, you know, as they do, mugshots, and people were like, "Whoa,
Look at that guy.
look at this guy's eyes." Black guy with these just piercing blue eyes, and you got to give him credit for those. They really are.
Tattoo of the teardrop and everything.
Yeah.
It's just
Of course.
neck tats.
Yeah, which they say means you either killed someone, right, the tear, or you got butt fucked in jail or
Yeah,
something
I'm not
like
sure
that.
which. One of the two.
Right.
And or.
Yeah. So she finalized her divorce from him, and she had an end of the marriage.
There he is. Look at that guy.
yeah,
God,
it's-
just dreamy.
Yeah,
He's dreamy.
It is. He's a good looking dude. We were laughing at him because we're like, he's blowing his money on like Lamborghinis and shit. This is so 15-minute
I
splash.
never thought it would go beyond 15 minutes.
Never.
Never thought he'd hook up with a real billionaire's daughter.
Yeah.
Never thought he'd have a real modeling gig.
And he does.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing like serious shit in Europe, and it's crazy. But so she decides, I could be famous too, I think. So I'm going to throw a swanky divorce party held at the Crazy Horse 3 in Vegas.
Oh,
Is the Crazy Horse a strip club?
Sounds like it.
I think it
Probably
is. I mean, there are Crazy Horse strip clubs around. I think that is.
not a nightclub, I don't think.
So the newly single mother of one, who's 37, fully embraced her newfound freedom as she paraded her eye-popping cleavage in a skimpy sequin mini dress. Listen to the description of this, Jay. Does this sound a little over the top? Melissa oozed confidence as she flaunted her slender pins and the thigh-skimming design while boosting her hourglass frame in a pair of classic black stiletto heels. The blonde beauty teamed her glamorous look with a chic black chain shoulder bag and accessorized with enormous silver hoop earrings and a diamond bracelet. Her golden locks were styled in voluptuous curls, and she polished off her sparkling ensemble with dramatic makeup.
I could care less.
Is that a little over the top to describe someone in a news story? I mean, and you wonder why. It's like, why won't men give me the respect I deserve?
Right.
I'm a person. Eyes up here, gentlemen. It's like her promo poster is her in like a bikini.
That versus her prior pick, I'm sure, is what you're going to point out, right?
Well, this is a recent one, but dude, I remembered her as a really cute girl. I think from what I can tell, she's had a shitload of plastic surgery.
Right.
And it's
or photoshopping of that poster.
Yeah. You mean the one that says from ex-con to ex-wife?
That one.
Yeah.
That is
I mean,
a terrible location in Vegas, by
Really?
the way.
It's just
yeah, I mean,
gross.
look at it. It's
Gentleman's
If
club,
you're
yeah.
not right on this strip, once you get over on the other side of the highway and you're over
Yeah.
here, it's
off the beaten path a bit.
yeah.
That's not even in the way of old Vegas, is it?
No, it's even
Old Vegas,
worse.
Yeah, yeah.
It's even worse.
Something really important has been done to her face.
Yes.
Like a narrowing of the jowl / neck
Yeah.
into something. Like, if you look at the poster,
And then okay.
They look like two totally
Yeah.
different girls. Did you have old pictures of her, E? Like when she was with him? Because
you're right. I remember just thinking, yeah, you know, she's
cute girl, yeah.
right?
And
She's kind of a girl next door, whatever.
so she says, I'm celebrating a new chapter in my life and moving forward.
Oh,
As-
Melissa.
As hard as the road has been to get here, I just want people to see me enjoying myself and know that I have moved on and have closure from the divorce.
Oh man, you don't.
No, I don't mean to be a dick, and we don't know her, but it sure doesn't
should be-
scream closure, does it?
She should be in an office somewhere, you
Yeah.
know,
I feel this party is a good way to show and share with everyone I'm healed.
make an honest living.
I'm strong. I'm me.
No.
I'm looking and feeling good as ever. That doesn't scream confidence or I'm me or closure.
Yeah, there she is.
Yeah, she's just a cute girl there. You know, just a cute girl.
Look at the happy family.
Yeah, look at Meeks. Dude, in her defense, I think she waited like 7
I know.
years. You know, she's
She
got this
stood by her
kid,
man.
Stood by him, and then through no fault of her own, her man blows up internationally from a fucking mugshot picture.
She was entranced by those dreamy eyes.
Oh.
You'd wait 6-7 years.
I would. So she ends up, he's got full custody of the kid now. He got full custody of the kid. I mean,
Well,
he's
look at
with
her.
a
She's
billionaire.
gone off the deep end.
Yeah.
That poster is
goddamn
awesome,
stripper.
by the way, dude. That poster. I mean,
Yeah.
the
handcuff.
handcuff, and like you guys are already reading it, but like from ex-con to ex-wife.
DJ K, the riot is there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you wanna
Free
claim one?
ride plus free entry. What is she going to do there? Hi.
That is not her,
Hi,
by the way,
everybody.
either. I
I know,
mean,
dude.
it is,
Yeah.
but I guess.
How much
but
photoshopping's going on?
So he forks out a 6-figure sum to pay her off for the divorce.
Dude, hold on. Go back. See that sort of rib dimple?
Yeah.
That creates a lot, right? If you can do that on the stage left side rib dimple.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Dude, just drawing that in on Photoshop has done fucking amazing work right there.
Wonders, yeah.
Along with the hip, the right hip.
Yep. Yeah.
Just that shadow right there has really increased her quality.
Do you think that cuff?
I don't think it exists.
I don't think that cuff exists either. I think on her wrist,
Yeah.
that doesn't look like a real cuff.
Not
attached to
much
her-
in that picture exists.
No, there's a lot because that just
there
that's
she
her,
is.
yeah.
Right. At the
Wait,
place.
go,
like
go to the other one again. Is that tattoo on the left shoulder? You can't see it. Her face is half as thin
Yeah.
in that promo poster.
Her hips. I mean, come on. Everything.
So for her, she knows her man is overseas doing a modeling thing, and then those pictures come out, and he's on this $150,000 a week super yacht with Chloe Green, who's just a daughter of a billionaire, and that's got to be really hard to come to terms with. Like how do you compete with that?
You don't. You just go on and live an honest
7
life,
years,
man.
dude.
See, she could have got away with it. That's the thing, though. When you're talking about like a child star sometimes or things like that, she could have done a regular job and people would have forgotten the fuck
dude,
out of her.
Totally.
That's-
she was nobody.
she's like
she's
Jason.
trying to make herself
Right.
somebody right now.
She quit her job, and I think she was like a temp or a secretary or something. I can't remember exactly, but she quit her job. I think she got a couple $1 million from him originally.
Perfect.
And you can make that work if you
Yeah.
don't quit your fucking job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that would be tough to nobody like
But
when you
look at those dreamy eyes, Mike.
I know.
mean,
I
look at
know.
those.
I know.
You'd bathe in them.
And that son of a bitch, everything he rolls is coming up fucking wind, dude. Everything he touches is turning to gold. Like, not only does he start banging a billionaire's daughter, he has a kid with her.
Knocks her up. Yeah.
Dude, it's over. They had the kid. It's good. And so for her, I can
Yeah, this is one of those
totally
rare
understand. Like, you break up with someone and part of you just goes, oh, fucking bitch, I hope she burns in a fire. Like, and
Right.
it's like, no, I don't really mean that. I don't really mean that. But fuck her. The thought of them going on to the next person is, if you care for someone, you don't want to think of them with another person. And here it's like, oh, I can't compete on any level with that. Her wallet, her purse alone,
Right.
makes
So that's
it.
why you don't do that. What she's doing.
Yeah.
What Melissa is trying to pull off. Man.
The amount of people that have gone to those levels, though, and like, oh, I'm gonna get myself a big bulbous ass.
Awful.
Yeah. So
Got a
and
big fat ass.
got me a big fat ass. And meanwhile, he's engaged. Her family loves him, and they're traveling around. They revealed that she was pregnant, like 8 months pregnant, as they were on holiday on her father Sir Philip's super yacht in
Sure.
Monaco. It's like, oh man,
Monaco. Everything about it. God.
I
it
know.
doesn't stop.
It just doesn't stop. He's on the greatest winning streak ever. And you think about it, it's like, if he doesn't get arrested, like, thank God for armed robbery. You know what I mean? Like, if he doesn't get arrested,
Dude.
and get that mugshot taken,
Yeah. You talk about a person who's just benefiting from this time in history. Like
totally.
boom, where it's the practice of this police station to just throw these mugshots up,
Yeah.
and they do, and they fucking. I mean, what luck! What a
And-
stroke of.
And one person can take that picture and go, is it just me or is this guy fucking dreamy hot? And tweet it.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, it sparks.
Just hits.
And then it's like all of a sudden there's some D-list asshole lawyer going, oh, I'm going to represent him when he gets out of jail. And we're laughing at it.
Well, and Jace,
It was Octomom's lawyer, wasn't
Yes,
it? Or
yes.
yeah, it was one of those ones that
Yes.
specializes in those
in like
kind of
D-listers.
D&E list
reality
celebrities.
shows, quote unquote.
Shriek, or not Shriek. What's his name? Screech.
Screech. Yeah. And so it's like just grab as many of these assholes as you can and hope one of
Make a
them,
few bucks.
make $5,000 a month on each one of them.
Jay, you are right, like about her, like just don't do that. Get a real job. But for real, even
Strike while the iron's hot?
even if she even if she gets a real job and just, you know what, this sucks, but I do what I do, she will always be able to just in this mind, like, dude, that's gonna be hard for the rest of her life to know that the dude she was with.
Well, sure.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's like.
But that doesn't solve it. Doing what she's
Oh
doing.
no, it doesn't solve it. But I'm saying, I'm more saying that I could so have a hard time just being like every day, just going like.
It'd be hard to live with.
TMZ.
Yes.
And it's not just like,
when
oh,
she's
you're
stuck by him.
Right, right.
That's rough.
It shows the pull of celebrity and like she's just going about her everyday life, going to her 9 to 5, waiting on her man to get out of
some
jail.
loser boyfriend, dude. A loser boyfriend.
Yeah, he's
that's
a felon.
It sort of parallels the Verlander story, if you believe the story, that he was with this longtime girlfriend from back in the day, his hometown or whatever it was.
Right.
And then he does some commercial with Kate Upton.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, holy shit, I could trade up like fuck, man. I'm Justin Verlander.
Well, it's so like I was watching.
So tough.
Jay will probably know who this is because of your kids, but there's a show on Netflix called like Rapture, and it's kind of about hip hop or rap, and Logic is in it. Your kids probably know. I'm assuming who he is. And he's talking.
I know who he is.
Oh, okay, I don't know. Well, no, Mike doesn't. So,
Know who he is. Big fan of Logic.
But anyway, he says in there, and he has his girlfriend, I think now his wife maybe, and they love each other and this and that, yada yada. But still, in his story, he's like watching TV and he sees her somewhere or on Instagram, and he goes, she's fucking hot.
Yeah.
And he finds somebody that connects her.
Because
And
he's
it's like,
Logic.
right. And it's like,
He
exactly.
can't pass on the fact that he's Logic.
Right,
Yeah.
and so it's like for him. I mean, I
Takes
get
a
it. It
strong
sounds
man.
like they love each other. They like literally in this documentary, they talk about how like his friends are all like, no, dude, when he's with her, like she grounds him. This and that's great.
As
But
long
dude,
as she's
it's not
with
like
him.
right. It's not
Yeah.
like me.
It's a
I
rock
can't
star
just
life.
fucking look at a fucking
Dude.
Instagram hot chick and go like, hey, will someone reach out to this chick and like see if she was interested?
Jesus has discovered that rock stars haven't made.
I
Yeah.
know, but it's like when you're wording
it's
it
like
that way.
I hate to keep referencing Bill Burr, but it's like the special when he was talking about, guys that, trust me, guys at fucking hardware stores want to bang just as much pussy as the rock star. It's just that bitches don't care about lumber.
Yeah.
But if that guy wins the lotto, all of a sudden, they're coming over across the hill.
Care about lumber.
They're coming across the hill painted up like Braveheart.
Yeah, they're in the wrong industry.
If we are only kept in check because women keep us in check. But so these guys, what does he say? Tiger Woods, Scandinavian busload of Scandinavian strippers pulls up,
Yeah.
dying to jump on his dick. Sorry, ladies, got to go home to the wife and kids. Like it's just it'd be hard to do. But
And these guys have this weird leverage, right? Where even, speaking of Logic, I'm sure his wife is like, oh yeah, no, he's mine, and we're monogamous and all
Right.
this stuff, but he might stray a little bit, and
Yeah.
maybe I put up with that because
there's a
Logic.
lot of them. There's a lot of them who justify it like that and
Yeah.
go, look, it's part of the
Just
deal.
turn the other way.
I get to have 4,000 pairs of shoes and really expensive outfits, and I get to go to all the after parties. But the cost to me is that he gets to fuck some bitches on the side, and I'm okay with that.
And I know we've already said, and you're right. I've beaten it to the dead horse about the idea that how celebrity and money can do this shit. But again, it's like he's telling this story about how he
Isn't it
loves
Jesus?
her.
Glass houses and dead horses.
Yeah.
today. I mean,
Hell
this
yeah.
is he's on.
He is on. He's sparked.
I actually slept today. No, but but it's like he still can't see. It's like I still want to talk to this dude. And be like, okay, but you can understand, dude, that's not normal. People can't just look at the Instagram fucking models and be like, wow, dude, do I know anybody that knows this Instagram model? He just fucking looks like a catalog, you asshole. It's not
Yeah,
like fucking
goes
for
on
most
all
of
the
us.
time.
I know.
It's crazy. Call your agent up. Dude, I just saw this blonde in a music video. Find her.
Yeah, Instagram really makes that easy. The whole thing.
Yeah. Sure does.
Hey, don't forget, everybody, Zot Ford's Summer Sign and Drive event. It's continuing through the week. Lease a new 18 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4 as low as $202 a month with zero cash due, or lease a new 18 Ford Escape as low as $155 a month with zero cash due. Peep their passionate deals and massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
Jay, you saw the Canadian couple
Dude,
who went into a convenience store.
this is a very interesting video. It has a massive payoff at the end.
Oh, the payoff at the end is so worth it. We've got the video here. And what are they? I don't even know if they've named it, but this is they walk into a King Street Ready Mart in Alberta, Canada, specifically in Spruce Grove.
Are you clear on what preceded this? What brought the officer to this mini mart?
Yes.
Okay.
He used a credit card, and the guy working at the store thought it might have been a stolen card, so he called the police.
Okay.
Now I don't know.
So
what,
he's the bigger guy who's not behind the counter. He's the concerned citizen who takes part in this whole
I believe
melee?
so. Yes.
Okay, so he's probably the owner.
Yeah.
Plus the interest in this event. So he's standing there along with a cop and then there's a perp, an alleged perp, along with an alleged perp's girl.
Yeah, we're assuming it's the girlfriend. They look like a couple. And so by the time they left the store, cops arrived, and then I think we see them run back into the store. And
Well, you see them at the front of the store talking with the cop.
yeah, well, thank God this wasn't in America. I mean, this kid would have been
fuck.
fucking shot as shit.
That was Gab in my conclusion.
Really?
Like, he'd be shot here, and here.
Here.
Yeah.
When he reaches for the cop's gun, I think the guy
He
tased
goes at him.
finally.
Yeah, he goes at him. And he finally gets tased. But this is a remarkably well
There's no, I don't think
edited.
there's audio. There's,
No,
it's,
no.
It's closed circuit. And
Yep.
I'm sure a lot of you out there have already seen this.
What is it?
It
Yeah.
kind of went viral on Friday.
Right.
But it's a really well edited thing. Somebody took some time with this, and it's really clear, good video.
Yeah.
It actually
And different angles,
It
too.
actually gave me pause to wonder if this was all staged and fake.
Really?
Yeah. It's such nice video, and it's so well edited.
So as the cop tackles her, and now the boyfriend is fighting back.
No, dude. The boyfriend tries to push the girl. Go back, E.
Yeah.
Let's walk through this.
Okay.
There's a lot to analyze. The
Okay.
boyfriend tries to sneak out the front door, and he pushes his girl into the cop to try to make a getaway.
Oh, okay,
So he
okay.
pushes
Not a bad
her,
move. Not
and
a bad
he tries
move.
to sneak out the door. Cop the girl's sandwiched.
And so he's got the kid by the shirt, but the girl is between him and the guy.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So then the interested citizen and/or owner comes over to kind of block the door.
Take this kid down. He's
Seriously,
about
you're a bear of
130
a man.
pounds.
You're an oak. You're an oak.
Yes. Come on, be the moose that you are.
He gets the shirt off at least, and the now unshirted perp goes running to the back door. We then go to the back door. He can't get out. It's locked. Amazingly, there's not a back. Like, what kind of fire hazard is this?
Yeah, that.
So he runs back into the store. The cop now has his taser
I
drawn.
love this move.
And this dude grabs some nuts, and he's ready to throw some nuts.
I love it. It's the version.
A bag of mixed nuts.
It's the dirt face of a convenience
It
store.
really
Is what it is. You know what I
Had
mean?
he opened the nuts, it would have been better.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
served as a true dirt face. So now he's on the ground. Cop's got the taser at him. He's not complying. The girlfriend comes over. Causes
Bad move.
Disrupts the cop.
Distraction.
Yep. Kid goes charging at the cop. He would have absolutely been killed 4 times over at
Yes.
this point in the States.
It is remarkable how fast and how quickly he goes supine on the ground.
Now, the girl recognizes it's my chance to get out the back door. So she
see
goes
ya.
to the back room, realizes very quickly there's no exit.
Yeah. And so the
It's like
camera's
he-
going to get
Sorry.
flipped back.
the dude gets away from the cop and
Oh.
gets tackled by the front door again.
Yeah. They catch him. He's putting up quite a fight. We don't know where the girl is at this point. They haven't switched cameras
Look at
to her
the
yet.
clerk, dude.
Yeah.
I love how calm the clerk is.
Yeah, he's gonna have to see this
So
every day.
here's the girl. She's searching the back room.
How do I get out of here? I gotta
See,
get out of here.
This looks fake to me too. As she comes up near the camera, she looks right at the camera.
Really?
You see that for just a moment?
Yeah. Not a bad ass.
It's not awful.
Yeah.
And then she
That's it.
climbs into the ceiling.
Which
So
is
she
probably
climbs
just
on-
one of those cheap ass drop ceilings.
It's a
that you
drop
see.
ceiling. She climbs like over an old cooler or something into the ceiling. At this point, they're tackling the perp,
And
her
handcuffing
boyfriend at
him.
the front. The oak of a man is standing by the door, guarding the door.
And then the payoff is just.
She fell through the ceiling.
Oh my
she
god!
fell through the ceiling
See, that-
onto a shelf.
How do you fake that part though? Because that's dangerous
I know.
as shit.
That's like Cirque du Soleil shit.
Yeah. Do you have it again so we can see it? E?
I thought that's
That
Okay.
is just
It's-
beautiful.
Oh, whoop.
Fuck. How is she not really, really hurt?
It's like, okay, she lost a shoe, which we see common in car accidents.
It is.
Shoes go flying on the ground.
And she immediately resolves. She resolves. That's enough for me. And she
Yeah.
goes and lays down.
Yeah.
Look at her.
I've had enough.
She's like face down.
I'm good.
I'm done.
Nope.
I'm done.
I'm
Nope.
good.
I'm
I
done.
lost a shoe.
I
Terribly
fell-
embarrassed
fell
right
through
now.
a ceiling.
On my back.
Fell through a ceiling.
CBC reports that the metal shelves in that aisle are now slightly bent.
They are, if you look closely.
I would agree. I
Not
would
a
agree
ton
with that.
came off the shelf, amazingly.
No.
Nicely packed shelf.
And now there's enough cops there to handle these two, no problem. What a
Just
great video,
morons.
though. They so they got themselves earned themselves a smorgasbord of charges. They said, including using a stolen credit card, resisting arrest, assaulting a police officer, attempting to disarm a police officer, resisting arrest from someone aiding the police, among others.
Yeah.
I would say those are all valid charges.
I would say so, too.
Yeah,
I'd say
I-
that the video bears that out.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with any of them.
You're exactly right, though, man. This dude would be dead if he were anywhere in
Yeah.
the United States.
And I
Absolutely.
don't know that I would blame the cops either.
No way.
You know
No
what I mean?
way.
Like, dude,
he
that-
tried to
that's-
disarm you, and then he's coming at you.
Yeah. You don't have control of that situation.
No.
You're one guy, there's two people. They're not, doing what they're told. You don't know how that ends. And he's willing to use nuts as a weapon, bags of nuts as a weapon to arm himself. So, yeah, I mean, you take that guy down to Chinatown. Oh, just awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Hey, everybody, you have an annual physical to make sure you're healthy. What do you do each year to make sure that you remain financially fit? Well, Mark Leibovitz, our buddy at LPL Financial, specializes in thoughtful and objective investment guidance designed to keep your finances in shape. Call Mark today at 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Did you see the story of the girl in Australia who got
Oh, yeah. The shark bit her finger.
yeah, and then dragged her into crocodile-infested waters, Jay.
That's going a little far, honestly. I mean, I get it. There's crocodiles maybe in the general vicinity. There could be crocodiles in the water just as there could be other sharks.
She basically got pulled off. What is it? The back of a boat.
Yeah.
You know, that deck, wood planking, and basically just fell into the water and then was quickly pulled out. But it's still pretty funny. She was on a yacht in a northwest part of the country in Australia.
Just feeding a nurse shark or something, right?
Yeah, and so she tries to hand feed up to 4 of these nurse sharks swimming around the boat, and quickly realized that was a bad idea because I guess they have like a vacuum that, like, when you get near your fingers, like they'll suck it in, and they've just got rows and rows of razor sharp teeth.
Oh.
And so you can see the video here,
So you want to like feed them like a horse, right? With your, just palm out.
or just toss it in the water.
yeah, maybe
They'll find it.
Maybe stay in the boat and just
Yeah.
toss it in there.
Dude, I see an 11-foot shark, and I'm not sticking like,
It's a
oh,
nurse
here's a
shark,
little.
Mike. Can't
Yeah.
hurt you.
They're relatively
Harmless.
harmless to humans unless you stick your hand in their face. And so yeah, she thought it bit her finger off, shredded it to the bone, so that they say they're usually harmless to humans, but they have very strong jaws filled with thousands of tiny serrated teeth. She got cuts, a fracture, torn ligament, bad infection, but she didn't lose the finger. But she's got that cool accent, like where they add R's to words, and I jumped out of the news. Sir.
When Melissa Brunning tells people she was bitten by a shark, not everyone believes her. Then she shows them this.
One right behind you.
Mel was standing on the back of a boat, hand-feeding fish to a group of tawny nurse sharks,
Hand-feeding.
a normally placid
Nurse sharks.
species, but with powerful jaws and multiple rows of sharp teeth.
Oh, it happened so quickly. All I could really
Sorry.
focus on was the fact that my finger is gone. He clamped on
Love
it
that
and it
accent.
felt like it was shredding off the bone.
Despite the
Burn.
excruciating
If you were
pain,
present for
Mel's
that, wouldn't you be
finger
like,
wasn't bitten
overreacting?
off. The
She's just freaking
24-year-old
out.
has
Yeah.
to be told
It's got
it
nips.
was still
Oh!
attached.
I've just come up and
Oh,
I've lost
gross.
my finger.
She
I
needs
couldn't even look at the finger because
the
I thought it
cracking.
was gone. And I thought
Yeah.
if I looked at it,
How
I'd
about a little
probably go
lotion?
into
Yeah.
shock.
Mel was 3 days into a 2-week
3
holiday
days?
in the State's top end.
Isn't that an
This is
exclusive
where she was
accent
bitten.
style to, like, I don't know if it's
Hugon Bay,
Perth or-
horizontal falls.
It's definitely
Remote
Australian
enough
because
that
I'm
Mel
watching
didn't
Zumbo's
immediately
Just
go to
Desserts right now.
hospital.
With my tiny girl! Tiny girl! It's on Netflix. It's just one of these dessert shows where they have a competition. And they all talk like that, man.
Really?
They're like, oh, no.
Sir.
Yeah, they put these R's on the end of everything.
That's weird.
It is bizarre.
I think it's a
hard to
specific
imitate.
region in Australia that does that. Like, there's different accents like there are in America.
God, you're right, man. I don't give a shit what kind of shark that is. I'm not.
No.
I'm not into that.
No.
My little sweet pie. Speaking of the sweet pie,
Yeah.
When we were at SeaWorld not too long ago, you buy the little sardine things to feed the what do you call them, stingray, and they swim around and
Yeah.
they swim up to you and you kind of hold them like you feed a horse again. And as soon as you feel it clamp on,
Tickles.
you let it go. Sweet pie just keeps holding on to the thing, and the thing's like up to her wrist.
What?
Yeah, she's just a tiny girl. Let go, tiny girl. And she's just like standing there smiling. We're like, dude, like, yeah, trying to
Get this thing off her hand.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I like the ones at Cedar Point where you just get a handful of pellets
Oh yeah.
and chuck it into the water,
The carp.
and then like 8 billion of them at once fight over 50 pellets.
Yeah, I don't do the I spit, and they do the same thing.
Cigarette butts work too. Yep. Swear to God, I flicked a cigarette butt in there and they went.
Yeah.
One of them finally went.
Jaw works just as well.
Yeah. They don't have time. They know.
It's a feeding frenzy,
Yeah.
literally.
Yes. You get it, and then you decide whether or not it's edible. But you can't go, oh, well, wait, that's a cigarette? No, it
No,
might be a
your
po-"
buddy's already grabbed it.
Yeah.
Your,
So,
your mom climbed over your back to grab it.
right.
She's not
Yeah.
helping.
Yeah, exactly.
Done.
Should we get to some email? Do we have any
Sure,
email,
why
Jay?
not? I'm hard up for light tonight, but I'll try my best. Yeah,
We'll get you a new bulb.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need one. Cameron writes in, corrective red pen, corrective reading glasses, and even autocorrect can't understand you. Greetings, gents, and happy Canada Day to everyone.
Yeah.
Our neighbors with an OUR to the north.
Yep.
I'm watching on YouTube right now as the discussion is once again about how E goes to a festival and big surprise, he's without his wallet once again. I feel like we just heard this story. Say around Christmas. Is
Sure.
that true, Isis?
No.
Where'd you go, Miami? Were you in Miami around Christmas?
That was my phone.
Jay, you suggested that E start using a wallet chain. I myself am adorned with a wallet chain and have been since my teenage years. Back in high school, I started wearing a wallet chain because it was the 90s and it was the awesome thing to do. My high school sweetheart fucking hated that thing, accusing me of being a trendy asshole and only wearing it for fashion. Well, one day I decided I'd do something nice for her and dress halfway nice, leaving all my punk rock gear, wallet chain included, at home. Lo and behold, this one day I don't wear my wallet chain is the day that my wallet gets lifted. It was a massive pain in the ass trying to replace everything in my wallet, my driver's license, debit card, Ontario health card. That's how he gets his free health.
Sure.
And a bunch of other shit. Everywhere I went, I get my stuff replaced. Everywhere I went to get my stuff replaced, they wanted to see 2 pieces of ID before they would issue me a new item. When you're 17 and all you have is a driver's license, now missing, and a birth certificate, there's not much else in the way of ID that can be offered. Since that day, much to my girlfriend's chagrin, love the use of the word
chagrin's great.
Well
Great
done,
word.
Pam.
Yep.
I vowed never to go without my wallet chain again. Cut to 21 years later, still wearing a wallet chain daily. It's great. It's always attached to me now. If I take it out of my back pocket when I go driving and forget to grab it when I exit the vehicle, it thwarps me in the thigh to remind me it's still there. Isis? It's a lesson, man.
I think the problem I hate with the wallet chain is that when I'm driving, I hate the wallet being in my back pocket, so I usually put it place it on the front seat, and so that's always a bitch. I
Yeah.
know.
So what Cam just said is you can do that. You can
Yeah.
take it out and
And
put
then
it in your
it's gonna
center
thump
console or something. If you forget it, it'll just
I
thwap you.
know.
Now here's the thing, Isis. You got to wear something with a belt loop or something that
know,
you can
which
put the
is-
chain on, and the Pistons tearaways. I don't think it's going to work anymore.
Great point.
Yeah, that's another good point.
Might have to retire those for the sake of not
I
losing
haven't-
your wallet.
By the
Dude,
way, I
I'll
haven't
take a
worn my
hole punch,
piston,
John. Hole
piston
punch.
tearaways
There
in
you go.
2 years.
Yeah, hole punch.
Seriously, either a good idea, says Cam, especially for someone like you. You can likely find one on Amazon. I hear there's very little they don't have. Keep up the good work, gents. The show has been good to quite good as of late, and even before that, too.
don't
And
give him-
even before that, too.
Dude, it's your goat. Hang on to your goat. Just
Amazon.
recognize what he's doing and don't let him go there. Are you a back pocket wallet guy?
I'm a front pocket guy.
I'm a front
I got
pocket
one of
guy
those
as well.
ones with the magnetic money clip, you know. and
Yeah.
It's a real thin,
Yep.
low profile. Just
Don't you
tuck
feel
like 5
safer
cards into it.
having that front pocketed?
Well, I used to do the back pocket, and honestly, I know
It
it's
hurt
like
your rump, didn't it?
Yeah,
That's
like
terrible
was
for
it
you. They do say-
Costanza? Was that
yeah,
the
yeah,
big
yeah.
thing? I really started feeling like shit, man.
Yeah,
My ass
like
feels
uneven.
Weird. Yeah, so I started taking it out and like putting it in my center console or whatever, and then
Yeah.
I'd forget, and I'd get paranoid that I wouldn't
Yeah.
have it. So I went front pocket.
I love the front pocket.
Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't mind getting one of those, a little smaller thing that you could do the front pocket. You're right, as opposed to a traditional wallet, because for one, safety wise, it probably is better, and two, it is easier to keep. You're right.
There are times when I'd find myself sitting in a seat and just like reach back, and it was 3/4 of the way out.
Yes.
Like it was just falling out of my back pocket.
Right.
Never.
Yeah,
with the
it
front
works
pocket.
its way out.
Yeah. Yep.
But Isis, I'm more concerned if somebody can invent one of these wallet chains for a phone. Or,
They
you know,
probably do. I bet if you.
wouldn't do it. I'm not fucking having 3 chains, walking around with 3 chains all the time. I'm not
Well,
doing it.
It's either that or you drive to Grand Rapids on Wednesday
Dude,
to
if
go
you
get
got
your damn wallet.
If we got him a keychain from one loop, most pants have more than 3 loops, and then we got him a chain for his wallet, and then a third chain for his phone. Yeah, you're jingling a lot. You sound like a Christmas tree walking
we
around.
might we might need to pierce your nipples in your belly button. You okay with that?
That's not bad.
No.
It's not bad.
Matt follows up. Matt wrote in last week concerning his son's awesome road trip. Remember that? They
yeah.
logged like 4,500 miles.
Love those guys.
And we left off with the question of what the dude's shirt said.
Oh yeah, was it the one that was like the grass is?
The grass is greener. Well, look at this. The grass is greener under my wiener.
Oh wow!
And there's a wiener dog.
Yeah, look at that poops. So all we saw was like the very top of the dog's head, and
Yes.
the grass is greener under my, and it was like we got to know what
It's my wiener.
is under my wiener. Oh, that's great. That was tearing me apart, not knowing what the rest of that saying was. Shit.
Andy writes in.
Look at it.
He went ahead and took a bushy tail off of the water skiing squirrel.
He's a rat now.
And Andy says, to your point, I mean, right?
Pink and nude.
You'd shoot that shit out of the water.
Of course you would.
Take
and
a
rightly
shotgun
so.
to that thing.
That
He was even kind though.
Question mark.
He was even kind though. He didn't make it nude and pink.
Yeah.
You know, like an opossum.
Yeah, he could have made it
been
worse. Yep.
And that's just
yeah, it's creepy, isn't it? Ugh.
NFL Amanda writes in.
Mm.
Hi Jay. Hi Jay. Hi Amanda. Hi Mike. NFL Amanda here to set the record straight. This is regarding her status as new favorite listener.
Yeah.
You'll recall this came up last week. We were talking about NFL Bob and whether he's truly OFL Bob at this point.
Right.
Old favorite listener.
Which is fine. There's nothing. I mean,
He
is it
shouldn't
as
be
good as
ashamed of that.
NFL?
I mean,
no,
I will
but
say the ball's in his court. I mean, he
Yeah.
always, this NFL is.
It's not that we've stripped him of the opportunity to reclaim his title, but
He always has the opportunity to do that.
yeah.
But she wants to set the record straight on how this thing was gotten, because I think she felt like maybe you misrepresented it when you were like, well, Amanda came begging for the NFL title.
I don't know that begging was the way
I think she's
said it.
kind of
but-
feeling defensive here, though.
Okay,
Like
I'll hear her out.
Yeah, she
I'll
says,
hear her out.
while I may have inquired to Mike during dinner about the difficulty of becoming the NFL, I was likely just planting the seed. In my defense, I had had a few beers, so I wasn't in complete control of what I was saying. Now, Amanda, you can't just say I was drunk.
I'm inclined to back up her story.
Is that right?
Yeah. At the time, we probably
Was
were.
she slurring words?
No, she wasn't. We were 3 or 4 drinks, and she did not demand in any way. She was not forceful.
She's just like, so,
She's like, oh wow,
what do I have to do?
Jeez, that that NFL.
What's a girl got to
tag,
do to become NFL?
I mean, for real. And here we are enjoying this beautiful dinner and
Yeah.
cocktails,
Oh, it's
on the
delicious.
house, and it's
I
like,
think I had the meatloaf.
yeah, and it
I
looked
remember.
spectacular. And you're
Just a
not one to
brick
share
of
food.
loaf.
I mean, you'll lick the whole thing before giving anyone a bite.
It's a brick of loaf, and I think
Yeah.
I ate it in like 2 fell swoops.
Oh, Tooch's grilled cheese sandwich
Oh.
looked absolutely delectable.
Delightful.
We all enjoyed it, and so she threw. That's fair to say. She was planting a seed, but I knew what she was doing.
She says, all of that aside, my intentions for setting up the whole experience were pure. Do what I can to give something back to my podcast heroes. Winky face.
Okay.
She continues. While I'm typing, I've been meaning to write in with my first grievance for some time now. This grievance found me shortly after beginning a relationship with Brent Wasik. No, the grievance isn't with him, but the insurance company we dumped because Brent was able to save DTRBM and I over $400 per year when we switched.
Whoa.
Now, if that's not a commercial to call Brent Wasik,
Hell yeah.
I don't know what is.
He saved me more than that on my home insurance.
I
He
know.
got me tenfold the coverage.
Dude, we're pretty similar in
Yeah.
what we saved. I mean, that's how it
It's
goes. You
ridiculous.
have him shop the shit for you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he finds a better deal for you. All right, so here's your grievance clock, Amanda. I don't even think she needs the clock. This is
Okay.
pretty succinctly stated. Why is it that when a purchase is made on a credit card, the charge goes through immediately? Yet, when you're due a credit on said card, it takes 5 to 7 business days. We dumped Geico for Progressive, and it took over a week to get our money back. Reprehensible!
Wait, so she's saying that through debit versus credit?
No.
No, when you buy something, immediately your credit card will get hit. Right? He knows this because he checks his bank
Right,
statement 10
right.
times a day.
Yeah.
Right.
So he knows immediately when something goes on.
Damn.
But if you're due a refund,
Oh.
it takes 5 to 7
5
days
business
to go
days.
through.
Yeah, it's a scam.
That's all for now. Goodbye, BUI. Winky face!
I'd say
NFL
that's-
Amanda.
I'd say that's bona fide.
I'd say it's bona fide, too.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but
But bona fide nevertheless.
No, dude, I just
And it
recently
found her.
went-
She's a
yeah.
girl. Found her. She's
I
got
just
a little
went-
girly grievance. Just my little girly grievance.
She's right though. It's like,
It's
I just
cute.
went through
It's
this.
cute grievance.
It's adorable grievance. Oh man, why does it take 5 days? It's bona fide.
Wish I had
Relax.
that money sooner.
Adorable little.
Go
girl.
buy girl stuff with it. Go buy some nail polish.
I'll get something pink. Maybe a ribbon for my hair. What with my girly grievance? Buddy.
I was just gonna say she's right. I've had that happen with other things I've purchased before where it's like, yeah, you're right. Your credit card, they fucking take that shit. But then if you have to call back and be like, dude, I was overcharged or this or that, it's like, oh well, okay, we'll correct it.
Yeah.
But then you almost got to keep
It's all
up.
got to
with-
be worked out.
Right, you
know?
got to keep up with them almost. Like now you got to beg them to be like, hey, dude, it's been 5 days. You're gonna give me that money back.
He's just speaking of credit cards. Have they hit you yet?
I haven't checked yet.
Check it
Anybody
really
in,
quick.
anybody in Grand Rapids hit you?
His $34.82 is right where he left it. It's still sitting there.
Save the rest for tomorrow.
Perfect. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. It's a shortened week, so get these shows in while you can.
Hell yeah.
You're going to be without us for a couple days as we all start blowing off fireworks. So thanks again, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully you'll join us.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.